Gabor Maté, The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness, and Healing in a Toxic Culture. Dive into the world of The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness, and Healing in a Toxic Culture by Gabor Maté, as it explores the complex relationship between emotional pain, trauma, and physical disorders. The book uncovers how society cultivates chronic stress, often leading to the development of a fractured self, where attachment and authenticity are pitted against one another. By examining the link between suppressed emotions, autoimmune diseases, and health implications of long-term stress, Dr. Maté offers insight into the importance of mind-body unity and its impact on overall well-being. Discover the significance of early childhood experiences, the detrimental effects of a toxic culture, and the transformative potential of healing through compassion and self-awareness.
Healing through authenticity. Mio-K Ikaro's struggle with a rare autoimmune disorder, scleroderma, led her back to her past. Adopted by a couple in the U.S., she suffered sexual abuse by her adoptive father and repressed the memories, leading to emotional disconnect. Dr. Maté believes this split self creates conflict between attachment and authenticity, leading to self-sacrifice, suppressing negative emotions, and autoimmune diseases. When Mio-K reconnected with her rejected parts, she healed, and she is now off medications and able to walk, travel and even hike again. The harmful physical effects of psychological stress. Our bodies physically suffer from chronic emotional stress, as seen from the complex network of stress hormone release causing physical and immune system damage. Stress inhibits turning off of the immune system, accelerates telomere shortening and aging of cells, and also dampens bodily defenses against sicknesses. Even though the stress response helped humans survive earlier, it no longer serves a healthy purpose in the current social environment. The toxic culture of human stress. Dr. Maté posits that the petri dish we live in other words, our culture, isn't ideal for human flourishing, but in fact, is toxic. Economic insecurity, discrimination, and consumerism all contribute to stress levels beyond anything experienced before. Childhood development in a stressed society. Children's development, particularly their attachment to caregivers, is deeply affected by environmental stimuli. In a society where stress is prevalent, children are the most susceptible. From birthing practices to parenting guides, societal norms often impede the development of secure attachment, resulting in chronic stress and trauma that can persist in adulthood. The purpose of mental illness. Dr. Maté's trauma-influenced journey towards understanding mental illness. Dr. Maté's response to the trauma of separation in his childhood was emotionally detached and repressed, protecting him from unbearable pain. However, as with all children who experience trauma, it embedded itself in his nervous system, influencing his behavior into adulthood. Dr. Maté believes that understanding the source of suffering, such as trauma, adversity, and stress, as the social conditions of living in a toxic culture, puts sickness and disease in a different light. Instead of viewing mental illness as a disease, exploring the purpose it once served can help us understand it better. For instance, many addiction patients first turn to drugs or alcohol to escape their emotional pain and early trauma. Seeing illness as a process rather than something that springs up out of the blue can help with transformation and healing. Therefore, someone who is sick is in the midst of a transformation, being called to look honestly and openly at the wounds they carry. The power of compassionate inquiry. Dr. Maté's belief of healing as a natural movement towards wholeness explains that our disconnection from ourselves and others is the start of disease conditions. One way to address this is through compassionate inquiry, a practice that allows genuine and open inquiry without presuming to have all the answers. It involves identifying ways in which we deny our emotions and learning to confront the wounds that caused disconnection. Through introspective questions like, when do I struggle to say no in the areas of my life that matter, one can learn to hear their authentic self and free themselves from automatic responses and adaptations to stress and adversity.
In The Myth of Normal, Gabor Maté masterfully illustrates the pervasive consequences of emotional stress, trauma, and the role of a toxic culture in contributing to mental and physical disorders. By understanding the connection between attachment and authenticity, dismantling the notion of a split self, and emphasizing the importance of addressing childhood experiences, Dr. Maté paves the way for a more compassionate approach to healing. Through exercises like compassionate inquiry, individuals can build a stronger connection with their authentic selves, thereby promoting overall health and well-being. In a world grappling with chronic stress, the insights from this book are invaluable in fostering healing, compassion, and a more holistic understanding of the self.